Hi Stampers, Brenda Hillard here with Create with Brenda. I can be reached at createwithbrenda.com, and I show many samples. I have product of the week, specials of the week, tips of the week. So tune in frequently. Lots of things happening at createwithbrenda.com. Again, I'm Brenda Hillard, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I want to share with you a few things that I do in my stamping studio. And the thing I want to emphasize today is that really I don't do this. Like Stampin' Up! Does it for you, and I just want to show you all of the simple little tools that they have. My product of the week this week is going to be this 2-stamp set called Rooted in Nature. It came out in the annual catalog on June 1st. It just has so many beautiful images, but it really spoke to me as a fall set. And so we're rounding that corner to fall, I'm looking forward to sharing with you. The card we're going to do today on this demonstration video is this. And they call it a lot of things. It's like a masking technique. It's a strip stamping. And it looks hard, but it's really not. A lot of times they suggest that you use like a low adhesive painter's tape. I have not had a lot of luck with that. I always end up lifting the top layer on my cardstock. So let me show you something today that I discovered using the Stamparatus, which is our wonderful stamp positioner. But I want to show you another use with the Stamparatus. So let's get started. You saw my color choices. They were the Blackberry Bliss, the Calypso Coral, and the Daffodil Delight. Now, color coordination comes really hard for me, but I want to share with you this. There is a color chart that I can send to anybody who requests one, and it gives you the Stampin' Up! Color, which is the Blackberry Bliss, and it gives you different color coordinations. And like I said, I just have mine cut out and put on a little ring binder, but that way when I'm thinking, you know, I would like to use granite gray, but I don't really know what to go with it, here's 3 options as far as what I can use. Blushing Bride, and it just goes on, and then I have a separate one too for our in colors. So what I have is the Stamparatus. I have a silicone mat, and then these are going to be hard to see, but you can see them as shiny. I have 2 pieces of the acetate, or the window sheets, and we're going to start with our pieces that are 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base. Our next layer is going to be a piece of Blackberry Bliss, 4 1/4 at 5 3/8. The piece that we're going to stamp on is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have 2 1/4-inch strips of the gold foil paper for finishing. And then we'll also use some of the metallic sequin assortment. All right, so let me show you the technique here, what I discovered with the Stamparatus. So I'm going to set my sheet flush to the bottom here, or my cardstock flush to the bottom. I'm going to take a piece of the window sheet, and I'm just going to put it right on here with the edge flush, and I'm going to drop my, I call them super magnets because they are super magnets. They really hold. And I'm going to take my top sheet, and what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of setting up my strip that I want to stamp, that I want my ink to stamp in, okay? So now I've got here and here, and I'm going to stamp right in between. I'm going to start with the Blackberry Bliss. And I just want to get a piece of scrap paper. So I'm going to be using this leaf, this, and then this little spray from the Rooted in Nature. And with the Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to ink up. I'm going to stamp off because this is really a dark ink. I'm going to give it just a few minutes for the ink to adhere or absorb. And we'll do another one of those. And one more up here. Let's see. That looks good. So there's that. And I'm going to take the Calypso Coral with kind of this, I call it like a fern looking leaf. I stamped that off. The next one I'm just going to do full strength. And then another full strength. So there's those. Then the next stamp I'm going to use is this spray. And I'm using the Daffodil Delight from our color chart recommendation. I'll put one there, one there, one there, and that looks good to me. So now is what you want to do is when you lift these up, you want to lift up quick so that you keep that sharp line. And then all I do is take a piece of paper towel or chamois and clean the excess ink off my acetate. Oh, did you hear my magnets click together? Dangerous. All right, lift up quick. And you can see, again, I'll wipe my ink off. You can see I have a little bit of a blurb right there, but my little gold foil sheets are going to cover it. So there's another idea for you using the Stamparatus. It works really well. Then you don't have to worry about picking up that low adhesive tape and ripping the fibers on your paper. So now is what we want to do is our little gold sheets that we had, and your silicone pad will come in handy for this as well. So as what I do is I just take my snail and run a piece of adhesive, and I'm just going to put it right on the very edge of my line. We're going to do one more of those up at the top. And then all I do is just trim these off. Okay, so now we'll take our Blackberry Bliss piece at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And all that is just a little peek out for a mat. And again, we'll apply our snail. Oops, I have everything sticking together here. So there's our mat. And then we'll take our card base, 8 1/4, or I'm sorry, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then we're going to fold. And my bone folder is missing. There it is. Get that nice sharp edge. And before we do that, as you saw on the example, I have You Are Wonderful. So on this one, there's another sentiment in here called Thinking of You. And I think that'll fit right down here. So let me grab a block. And I think we'll do it with the Blackberry Bliss again. I'm going to stamp up my stamp. there's our verse. I like this font, and I like how big it is because it just kind of makes the card pop. So, more snail. I'm going to add that to the front of our card. And I wanted to keep this pretty low profile because I wanted to mail it. As what I'm doing here is I had a little bit of adhesive that got onto my gold sheet, and I have a adhesive eraser that when you dab it on there, it just kind of picks up that adhesive. So there's that. And then it just, you know me, if you've watched any of my videos or looked at any of my cards, I really kind of love my bling. So there's some little gold metallic sequins I'm going to add. And again, I'm going to demonstrate this pickup tool, and I want the gold, so I have one here. One here. See how easy? Oh, I guess you didn't. I didn't have it totally focused on there, but oops, I'm trying to put it on upside down. Have you guys ever made a video? Anything that usually goes really smooth doesn't when you're doing the video. It's kind of a funny thing. And one more. Good. All right, so now our card has that little bit of shine, the gold, and how pretty is that for fall? All right, stay tuned because there's lots more samples coming this week with the Rooted in Nature set. As I said, it's my product of the week, so I will be featuring lots of stuff with that, including how you can use your dies to emboss your cardstock. Stay tuned. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.